Too small.
Can't be helped, I'm afraid. This is the biggest and sturdiest boat that I can provide. It's built from the finest Inazuman timber. Still, I'll be the first to admit that if he's planning to ride this into the storm, it's going to be exceedingly...
I'm also hoping Sakajiro won't have to use it. It's just there as a last resort. I gotta say though, Koichi, it feels like your craft has improved once again.
I'm not the one you should be praising. It's all thanks to the guys who kindly pitched in. To avoid detection, we each worked on our own materials separately, then assembled them secretly in the night. This is the largest we could afford to build. Any bigger, and there's no way it would pass the Tenryo Commission's inspection.
Let's store the boat here for now, then. I'll fill Sakajiro in when I get back. He'll need to make some preparations before setting... Uh-oh. Paimon feels really worried all of a sudden. Maybe it does, but I knew what I was getting into from the moment I agreed to help him. My family has pretty good connections with the Yashiro Commission. We work very closely with them. And whenever there's a national event of any sort, the other two commissions come to us. As long as I'm polite and respectful and don't cause a fuss, they won't look to cause trouble for me either. And anyway, to your point about collaboration, you've been helping out too, right? That's true. This was all a collaborative effort. Wait! Oh no! Ah, so you're seasoned crooks already, eh? Don't know what I was worried about then. Anyway, thanks for everything, Koichi. And your fireworks are ready, so just go pick them up from my house whenever you want. While you're there, you can get my pops to settle the book.
Oh, don't worry about paying anything. Third Sis would be sure to scold me if she...
Who's Third Sis? Oh, let me explain this one. It's a story my pops told me. There used to be a thriving merchants guild in Inazuma. It got really prosperous. At one point, there were a dozen or so kids born around the same time to the families of the guild. They all grew up together, each of them. They were a tightly knit group of friends. But eventually, they all grew up and decided they each wanted to go into business themselves. It was inevitable that business would send them all to different corners of the world, and that they'd have...
That's right. Just before we went our separate ways, the eldest of the group suggested that we should all go watch some fireworks together one...
They were all very ambitious types, and each had their own knack for doing business. One by one, they left, until Koichi was the only one of them remaining in Inazuma. After that, he hardly saw them. But whenever one of them did come back to visit, fireworks would always be involved.
Yeah, no matter how close you and your friends are, there's always going to be some distance after being separated for a long time. But as soon as the fireworks lit up the sky, it'd instantly take us to us. Those memories...
Oh, so this is what you meant when you were talking about commemorating things. Yep, that's exactly right. That's why I can't let people down when they're counting on me for their fireworks. Anyway, I need to go update Sakajiro. See you, Koichi.
Yeah, I should get out of here too. I don't want to get...
Okay, Okay, story time! So, whenever Koichi brings one of his friends from the trade association to see me, they always mention how they used to... But there are so many of them in that friendship group, and I don't remember anything from that age anyway, so I never have a clue who they are. One time, he shows up with another one of his friends, and the friend asks me if I remembered him. So I'm like, yes, I do! You held me once when I was just a baby. Koichi just bursts out laughing and says, actually, this is one of his carpenter friends. Turns out he's a lot younger than he looks. Just a few years older than me. The boat is ready and waiting. I'll mark the location for you on the map. Before you leave, I recommend that you pack some food and water.
After how much effort it took to get back in, it's hard to convince...
Well, they won't look much better if you get caught by the Tenryo. I'm afraid that sooner or later they are going to find you here.
I'm sorry. I'll make sure to get out of here before they come.
I didn't mean it like that. If we ever ran into any problems, I'm sure, but if the Tenryo Commission does catch up to you, they make a run for the boat.
Okay, I won't let them catch... But...
Why did you want to come back to Inazuma anyway?
I didn't used to like this place at all. That's why I left. But looking back on things, once I started to realize that, I got restless. I couldn't stop thinking about the people, so I... Forget it. What does it matter now? It's too late anyway. I originally...
What a pity.
Talk to us about it!
If only there was no Sakoku decree, huh? Anyway, don't worry. We're not going to bother you about it. We'll keep trying to buy you as much time as possible until you reach your final decision. The Tenryo Commission. If only they weren't so overzealous. Oh, that's right! That elderly couple, old customers of ours, their son's in the Tenryo. That's it. I'll go talk to them. Maybe they can do something.
Are you sure?
Oh, don't worry about that. They're really nice people. I know them well. They won't cause us any... All right. You should get back indoors, Sakujiro. We'll be back in no time at all. Okay, let's go. Wait, hang on. What about the fireworks? All those materials? Pots? Pots? No, never mind. I know.
Ahem. Why did you cut Paimon off earlier?
Because what he needs isn't an answer. Just time.
Well, if it isn't Yoimiya. Come on. Are these two your friends?
Yes, they're travelers from afar. Outsiders have a very difficult time getting into Inazuma.
Indeed, these are unprecedented times. But seeing as they came all this way, we local...
Oh, before I forget, I brought...
Oh, thank you, dear. Your I wonder if I'll still be around to see the next...
Of course you will. You're both in great health. Don't say things like that.
We aren't as young as we once were, though. It used to be that I could spend all day working the land, I wanted to do some weeding yesterday, but as soon as
No worries. Say no more.
No. We can't be put... I'll just go fetch the tea and some snacks, and then...
It's fine. It's not like it's the first time I've helped you with chores. I just haven't had much time recently with the fireworks show coming up. But once that's out of the way, I'll be...
It's no trouble, really.
Oh, you're such good kids. If you're quite sure it's no trouble, then I have some pickled radish here.
Sure. It won't take us... The old folks aren't very mobile, so come on. Let's help them out.
Windblade.
Yeah, you got it! And that should just about do it. So, Wataru is on the other side of the village. Let's go see him now. Hey, Satoru. How have you been?
Yeah, same as usual. Not much has changed.
All thanks to the support of our loyal customers. We sold some fireworks to Liyue a while back, and word is, they were a real hit.
That must mean a lot more work for you, though. Are you sure you and Mr. Ryunosuke can manage? If it gets too much, don't forget, you can always ask.
We should be fine. I think we can cope. Oh, yeah. This is some pickled radish from...
Oh, wow, thank you so much. But then I tried some of Mrs. Imatani's homemade stuff and I couldn't get enough.
Speaking of your family, how's...
They're doing well. We have the occasional heated argument. Being close to family is better than never getting to see them. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Imatani seem to have a great relationship.
Huh. They didn't seem that way to me. You make a good point, though. I should drop by more often in the future.
Oh, I'm sure they'd love that. As would all...
Now that we finished all the chores, it's time to talk to the Imatanis about Sakujiro.
That was quick.
Younger people have bundles of energy, and older people have a wealth of wisdom. Each have their strengths.
Speaking of youth, do you know what?
Oh, so it has. Goodness, how the time...
50 years since what?
Well, if you must know, it was 50 years ago back...
Oh, stop trying to impress them. We both know you were the one who was hopelessly...
Well, maybe you're right. 50 years ago, I proposed to my wife at the Naganahara. To tell the truth, I was still a little uncertain. I wasn't even as it was rising up into the sky, but then it exploded. The sky lit up. I looked back at her and saw her eyes twinkling in the light of the firework. Before I knew what was happening, apparently, I'd already said it. And
50 years. In some way, but 50 years of being together.
I had no idea it was your 50th anniversary. If I'd known...
Oh no, it's quite all right. Seeing that firework go off takes us right back.
Ah, what a great relationship they have.
Enough about us, though. Yoimiya, aren't you busy with the fireworks show coming up? Oh,
Yeah, it's a difficult thing to talk about, but...
Sakujiro.
Huh? You know...
He was our boy's best friend when they were... They were inseparable. They grew up at one day. They had a terrible arc.
Sakujiro seemed to feel that Inazuma was too peaceful. But our Keisuke took after his father and mother. He felt that there was nothing... You know what children are like. They get terribly worked up about these sorts of things. In the end, Sakujiro...
I see.
Keisuke said nothing to me or my wife about the fight. We could sense that he was very hurt. Eventually, whether out of pent-up anger or for some other reason, he joined the Tenri.
If it was anything else, I could talk to Keisuke. But since it's Sakujiro...
What a strange coincidence.
I understand now. When I asked Sakujiro why he came back, he just said, because of past mistakes. Now I finally understand why...
Two best buddies in childhood. One grows up to join the Tenryou Commission, the other grows up to join the Tenryou Commission's most wanted.
Well, no worries. If we can find some other way to help Sakujiro, there's no need to make things difficult for you.
Yes.
I think after all these years...
Well, can't say we didn't try. I'll let Sakujiro know after we get back.
Yoimiya, something bad's happened. Some people from the...
Huh? Why, Pops, are you alright?
I told them the show was starting soon and the place was filled with fireworks, so they shouldn't. But they didn't listen. It seemed like they knew Luckily, Sakujiro heard them coming in time and managed to escape through the window.
Oh, this is bad news. I don't think Sakujiro... Pops, did you see where he went? Oh, the Tenryou Commission will definitely be chasing after him. Good point. Names. Reading names. Suddenly showing up like this, the Commission wouldn't normally cause this big of a fuss over a...
Sorry, my ears are no good. And I wish I'd caught their names.
As it happens, I did. I was getting some ore from my friend's place and happened to bump into them on the... I think their leader's name was Keisuke, just like...
Just as I thought. If Sakujiro still hasn't made up his mind, those two running into each other won't solve anything. And even worse, we can't let that happen. Come with me. It's Mochizaka and his friends. Let's ask them.
Hi, Yoimiya! Are the weapons to scare away the great Mujina yokai?
Oh, Mr. Ryunosuke is making them right. Aren't you gonna play? I'm sorry. I have something important to do right now. But I'll bring you guys some candy next time. The extra sweet candy, the one you guys love.
Yay! We're...
Also, I wanted to ask you guys something. Yep, we did. It looked like they were chasing someone.
Are they trying to catch a monster too?
No, don't worry. It's all just a big misunderstanding. Be good kids and stay out of trouble, all right? Stay in the city for now, and I'll come play with you after the fireworks.
We will. We'll be on our best
It looks like this is the right way. Let's keep going. If Sakujiro still hasn't made up his mind, I guess I'll have to step in. Look! There are people from the Tenryou Commission over there! It must be them!
Sorry, official business. I can't let you pass.
Sakujiro and Keisuke are up ahead, right? We need to talk to them about something.
Didn't you hear me? You're not getting...
Ugh, what a nuisance! Well, you've only got yourself to blame! Time for a light show!
Withdraw. I must withdraw.
No escape!
You're in for a little shock.
Fire hazard! That didn't count!
I must withdraw. I must withdraw.
How dare you impede the work of the Tenryou Commission? You will be punished for your actions. There is nowhere you can escape justice. Not even at the edges of the world.
Look at that! The one with the loudest mouth had the fastest feet. We can't waste any more time on these guys. Let's push on. They should be just ahead.
Your skills with the sword have stagnated, Sakujiro. You should have known that you stood no chance against me in a duel.
I never imagined I'd fall into your hands. If this is to be my fate, I accept it. I have nothing else to say.
But your return says that you finally came around to my point of view.
Whatever you say.
You will return with me to the Tenryo Commission to await your sentencing. The one who made this boat will also be punished.
Wait! It doesn't have to end like this! Don't you have anything else to say?
Hey, I know you. You're Naganahara's girl, who makes the fireworks. I know you like to get involved.
It's okay, Yoimiya. The past is the past.
And why did you risk life and limb to get yourself back into Inazuma? And why were you so reluctant to leave after you got here? I'll tell you why. This is why. This is the chance you've been waiting for, to talk everything through.
I have nothing to say to him. He's a criminal. I work for the Tenryo Commission. There was never any room for discussion. Out of respect for the friendship we once had, I gave him a chance to fight for his freedom.
What are you talking about? And just who do you think you left all your subordinates back there to guard the road, making sure no one else followed you here? Seems to me like you were hoping for a chance to talk. I can see it in your faces. You both have so...
Don't flatter yourself.
Yoimiya, leave it.
No, I won't leave it. I will not stand by and watch when you haven't even done anything, Keisuke. You seem to like settling things with a duel, so let's do it your way. I challenge you to a duel. If I win, then you need to say everything that's in your heart. No more running from your feeling, and the same goes for you, Sakujiro. If I win, you will tell Keisuke exactly why you came back, no matter what the consequence. If you don't say anything now, you may never have another chance.
And if you lose?
Then I'll admit to collaborating with Sakujiro and accept the Tenryo Commission's punishment.
Yoimiya.
I accept. Let's...
Sir, we're here to back you up.
Back up? Those are supposed to be one-on-one! All right, that's it! Let's help you and Mia! We can't let her fight them all alone!
Time for a light show!
Sir, they are too strong. We need more men.
Stand...
What?
I thought I told you to stay away.
Yes, sir.
Young lady, you are just as obstinate as Sakujiro was. Why were you so convinced that we had things to say to...
Because Sakujiro may not have told me about you when he came back, but he did. Then your parents told me about what happened between you when you were younger. Once I'd heard this, and that's why I simply refuse to believe that you have nothing to say to each. Nobody sets off a firework to feel lonely.
The reason I came back is that... It wasn't that I'd changed my mind, I just felt that I saw the freedom of Mondstadt, the contracts of Liyue, the wisdom of Sumeru, and the justice of Fontaine. I was glad that I'd left Inazuma. But then I happened to hear about the Sakoku decree. I was an escapee, and I was proud of that. What I should have tried to do is take the good things from the outside world and bring them back home.
So that's why you came back? Out of your naive hope of changing the way things are here?
No, I let go of all those delusions of grandeur. I just felt that...
Huh?
I don't know about you, but life hasn't been easy. But I just had to come back and visit. It was like fate was calling me.
Life isn't easy for anyone. I truly worship the Raiden Shogun. Her ideas were my personal creed, and I desired nothing more than to see her will done. But now, my role is to punish violators of the Sakoku decree and confiscate people's visions. It's not what I signed up for when I joined the Tenryo commit. I do wonder, am I really doing the... The boat is yours.
Huh?
I couldn't make you stay in Inazuma, but that doesn't mean I want to keep you here by force.
What will you say to the higher-up?
Don't worry about that. If you want to come back, I hear the process of returning to Inazuma from the outside world is long and complicated, but it can be done. I will lend you my help, but until then, you'll have to wait. And don't kick the bucket on the way out.
Don't worry, Keisuke. Any chance we can watch the fireworks together?
Maybe next time. I'll be demoted for sure. It's not like me to give in to childish sentiment like this. I can't. It's the one that Sakujiro planned on using for his escape. I asked Yoshitaka and the others to transport it here, citing the temporary contraband storage clause. Forcing Sakujiro to this spot was also something I had planned all along. It's just like you said, Yoimiya. Even though I hadn't fully made...
But I think you did the right thing. And look, now you've managed...
I understand now. Thank you. I didn't know you were quite so perceptive.
That's only because I know your parents so well. They're both...
I had heard there was a new Naganohara running things these days. Little loud and reckless, maybe, but... By the way, Naganohara fireworks can reproduce the fireworks...
Sorry, no can do. Without the slipper reference, I can't make the same one again.
Never mind then.
Don't get too down just yet, though. I can't make another one, but I'm guessing Sakujiro probably won't be needing his anymore. It'd be a shame.
Thank you very...
No worries. And don't miss out on the start of the fireworks show.
Yoimiya, the way you took command...
What can I say? I like to talk. I'm a strong believer. If you're not willing to communicate, then the problem just sits there. If you just keep staring at it without doing anything, Sakujiro and Keisuke can't turn back the clock in their relationship. Anyway, follow me. I'll bring you to the perfect place. My pops will set off the firework that I wanted to give.